It was very important journey for me to see that there are certain groups of people are not as valued in this country and all over the world who are not given the same options and the same opportunities like others. And nurses are among those. If we are not valued and if we're not giving the opportunities that we should be given, we're not going to be providing the best care.
UCSF stands for excellence. Afaf taught me from the very moment I met her that excellence involved a lifelong commitment, that we used every skill, talent, bit of knowledge we brought to try to make a difference in the world.
From Afaf, you learned first and foremost, at some point, resistance was futile. But I never really had confronted anyone with the energy, the imagination, determination that was Afaf.
Afaf is the greatest advocate for nursing you could imagine. She shifted the perception of nurses to being one of research, teaching, and clinical practice.
That's beautiful.
UCSF is number one. I am Afaf Ibrahim Meleis, and I am a nurse, first and foremost. And I feel that with having spent 34 years of my life at the University of California in general, I feel UCSF is in my blood.
Afaf grew up in a country where women weren't necessarily given the same kinds of supports and encouragement to grow and develop in their lives.
I knew at a young age that nursing was considered second-class citizen in the healthcare system and that there was resistance to having nurses be educated.
She had a mother who was this spectacular influence on her. Her mother was the first woman to ever get a master's in public health and a PhD in Egypt. That, in combination with a father who was very supportive of his daughters, I think gave her a lot of strength, and it was an excellent foundation.
My mother, who was a nurse and a graduate of a diploma program, was selected by World Health Organization to come to the United States to receive the first bachelor degree in nursing in the Middle East, in Africa. On me, it set me up to think about how important education is.
So at Penn Nursing, there is this mural that gives voice to the voiceless, both figuratively and quite literally. Well, if you want to give voice to the voiceless, Afaf is your champion. She doesn't understate anything when it comes to the values that she champions and we champion, and inclusion is number one among them.
Afaf was constantly thinking about unrepresented, more marginal populations and trying to find a way in which they would be represented in the student body, in the faculty, and in the research and education mission of the School of Nursing.
Both universities where I spent quite a bit of time working, UCSF and the University of Pennsylvania, was very important to me that we diversify the student body and we diversify the faculty also. I brought you some books about leadership because you are leaders, but I think that's just going to give you the language for what you're doing, and you're doing really well.
When Afaf was here in the School of Nursing, she had a huge impact on the development of our doctoral program in nursing. Her whole view of philosophy of science and theory as the basis for excellent research was really critical to the development of everything that went on here in our doctoral program. And so not only did she make that case very clear here, but throughout the country and throughout the world during her career.
How do you elevate the incredibly important role of nurses in every community in our society and the world? And the way she succeeded in doing it is to teach, to educate, and to empower the next generation of nurses to be even more impactful than this generation, even more successful than Afaf herself is.
She was one of the first individuals in my life who I would describe as a true mentor. I came as her mentee to understand what it meant to be an academic. It wasn't just a 9-to-5 job. It was something that you gave your life to completely and fully, and she modeled that.
My legacy are my mentees, the people I have mentored all over the world. It's not in the positions I held. So as I go around in Finland, Sweden, Thailand, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, and I see what my mentees have accomplished there, I'm very proud to receive the UCSF medal because the values behind this medal really affirm many of the things that I have believed in and worked on all my life. But I actually do believe the importance of this medal is that it confirms the value of nursing. It's on behalf of all the nurses who work very hard in the healthcare system to make a difference. So I'm actually very proud also of UCSF for upholding those values that are very important for the healthcare system.